Hi all.
Hi, hello.
Hello everyone, good evening.
Good evening.
Very good evening.
So it's 9:03. Let's wait for 2 more minutes. If someone is yet to join, continue our classes from 9:05. Okay, so
Hello Rohan sir.
yes, please.
Every day we will join the same link. No? Actually there is date of showing the 19.
So that's the same link, man.
Okay. Not
Yeah.
So this is the day of second, na? For actually.
No, this is the first day of the course. Yesterday was the okay. Just overview what we are going to learn and all.
Yeah,
So
sure.
today is first day of the class.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah, hello, Rohan. Hello.
Yes, please. Tell me something.
Yeah, Rohan. Is there any attendance link for the classes?
No, there's no such attendance and all because sometimes no, there's no such.
Acha. Because I read somewhere 70% attendance is required for assistance.
So
For
see
job placement and all.
that is with reference to it's like whenever you have joined the session, right?
Okay.
Automatically the system records who has joined for the day. Okay.
Acha.
So it's like
Okay.
nothing to worry on to that, but there is no specific attendance marking and all, nothing.
But in case if you join and then maybe because of some issue, if you got disconnected,
Not
then it will be counted or not?
no, it is going to be counted. Okay.
Acha. Okay. Okay. And one more question, Rohan sir. Actually, I'm working on 40 200D and 100D. So, are these devices are currently they are outdated or what means?
D
100D and 200D.
D is an out of service devices. D is an obsolete. Okay, so those are now older devices.
Acha.
But still the functioning and everything remains the same. Okay, but yes, they have a very low hardware capability. They have been discontinued now. But very good and like new firewalls are still in the market.
Acha. Okay.
But if we upgrade the firmware, na, so we can
So your device will tell you how up to what extent it can support the firmware. It is not that every model will support all the firmwares. Okay, it is not the case. So you have to check what your device supports maximum.
okay. It means old device some firmware is not supported.
Yeah.
Yes,
I will
yes.
show you. Okay, we will see how to check all those things and all. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So it's 9:07 now. So I'm going to continue. I hope everyone has joined. Okay.
Yes.
So welcome everyone. Okay, so this is going to be our the first class. Okay, for NSE 4 and 7. So today we will try to understand with reference to the firewall functioning. Okay, like I have told yesterday as well, that focus is to understand the functioning. Function as in, let's say for an example. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, let me know once you see my screen, please. Okay, so do you guys see my whiteboard?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, fine. So at any point of time, okay, if you see the issue with my audio or with reference to the videos and all, let me know, okay? And needless to say, whenever you have a doubt, whatever I'm saying, you are not able to understand or you have some concerns, ask me, okay? Do not have a second thought, whether it is a small, silly, or what type of question it is, okay? If it's a question, if it's a query that is bugging your mind, speak it out, okay? Leave it up to me, okay? I'm like there to answer you. Okay? None of the question is silly or like or complex or like simple or like whatsoever you name it, okay? It's a question. So if it's a question, you have to ask it, okay? Ask me then and there, not an issue. And yes, one more thing. So your question should be as it's like whatever the topic that we are discussing, okay, whatever I'm saying, your like question should be focused onto that. Do not deviate from the topics, okay? You may know something which I am telling you, okay? You may want to seek further information with reference to some different topics and all. Do not include that because that will deviate our entire course, okay? So because there are many students here as well who are like going to follow it for the first time, okay? So this is why all the questions should be focused upon what we are talking here, okay? Whatever we are discussing, okay? But yes, whatever that question is, ask me then and there, okay? Clear?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, clear.
So okay. So see, the first thing, okay, the first thing that comes into it's like when I also started learning this device, okay, or any device that I learn, okay, my first thought is always that I have a device, right? Let's, for example, here I'm saying that, okay, this is nothing but the FortiGate firewall. Okay, so I'm writing FGT. Okay, that's short form of the FortiGate, FGT. So just I'm like writing that. So let's, for example, I have one PC here. Okay, and I have one more PC here connected. A simplest, okay, a simple topology. So this is port 1, okay. This is, let's say, port 2, okay. It's like interfaces, physical interfaces, okay. So my first thought is, if from PCA, I want to reach PCB, let's say I'm doing a ping, okay, the ping from PCA to PCB. So when that ICMP packet, the ping packet, okay, so ping is nothing but an ICMP protocol, yes or no?
Yes, yes.
When when I'm saying the term ICMP, everyone is clear with this? ICMP, what is ICMP? ICMP is a layer 3 protocol.
Yes, sir.
That is nothing but a ping. Okay, so whenever you ping something, actually it's an ICMP echo request that you are sending, and in response or in reply, the destination will send you an ICMP echo reply packet. Okay, so why we are saying ICMP echo request and ICMP echo reply? Because the protocol which is responsible for that ping functioning is nothing but an ICMP. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that if I'm sending an ICMP packet, or in short, I'm sending a ping packet, my first thought is, when it is receiving here, when the packet has been received here, and that packet has to be sent out from this side, right? So what is happening between this, right? What did the firewall do? What did it check? How did the firewall come to the conclusion that it has to send the packet out from port 2? Is it only related to routing? It's like, am I only checking the routings and all? or am I only checking if I have a dedicated policy or not? So is it nothing but does it behave just like a router device? Let's say a Cisco router or any router, right? It's an L3 device, right? Router is nothing but an L3 device, maybe an L3 switch. So is it behaving like that? What's special in the firewall? What it is doing? It's like the life of packet. When I say life of packet means what? When the packet was received on the firewall or on any device for that matter, what does the device do? Okay, what it is doing with that packet? That is first and foremost concern. If I know that, I can configure, I can troubleshoot, I can manage the firewall in a single go. So that's very, very important. Now, before I go into what does a firewall do, especially in reference to the FortiGate firewall, what does a FortiGate firewall do when it receives a packet? Okay. Before that, we have to understand what is the architecture of this firewall. Okay, how does this firewall is built up? Okay, what are the main components? We will not go into the hardware level as stuffs. That is not needed. Okay, because here we are not learning as in DevOps, right? We are not an hardware engineering to do some codings and all that. No. What I want to know with reference to tag, because I have to troubleshoot, I want to know the main components. I should have a fair basic idea of the packet flow, nothing else. So, see here. So see, it's a pretty simple architecture, okay? It's a pretty simple architecture. So here you have FortiGuard. Okay, FortiGuard servers or FortiGuard, whatever, you just write it FortiGuard, okay? And here you have, let's say, some UTM features like antivirus, web filter, application control, IPS, and so on, whatever it is, okay? And here you have one more component that is called FortiOS, okay? And here you have one more component that is called SPU. Okay, now if you just put all these components in a single box, okay, in a single box, this box is called as FortiGate Firewall. Okay, this is your FortiGate Firewall. So these are the main components, okay, an overview picture, what are the architecture of the firewall. Now see, how does it operate? So they will be syncing, okay, they will sync. I will explain you each and everything. Just let me draw the things, okay. Just let me draw. So see what happens. First of all, what is FortiGuard? See, FortiGuard is you can think as if it is a cloud-based servers, okay, that actually contains the latest database, okay, every signatures, every attacks, it's like anything that is going in the world, okay, if there is a new virus, if there is a new attack, any sort of an categorization, okay, what makes the FortiGate firewall, the FortiGate firewall as an NGFW in the true sense, the major role is played with reference to FortiGuard. Okay, so FortiGuard is the cloud-based server which actually helps the firewall to decide whether a specific traffic is good, bad, okay, what type of traffic it is, okay, what is the rating of that website or anything related to it. So let me show you how does it look like. Okay. Okay, I think you are not able to see my browser. Are you able to see my browser now?
Yes,
Yes.
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 So see here, fortigate.com, right? This is managed by the FortiGuard Labs. Okay, this is entirely a separate team. Okay, so see, what does it do? For example, you just have a look in here. Okay, so it is deployed over the globe. Okay, no matter which part of the country you are or in which part of the globe that your device is placed upon. Okay, if you have a license, if your device is a licensed one, your device is automatically connected to the FortiGuard server. You do not have to do any specific configuration for that matter. Okay, nowhere. Your firewall will automatically get in touch with the FortiGuard, and it checks for every 1 hour or 2 hours in sync. Okay, so it will check it that, hey, do I have something new that you can send me? Now, let me give you an example how to like relate to it. You might have all installed the antivirus, right, into your Windows or somewhere, right? Maybe Avast, maybe Kaspersky, maybe some other antivirus softwares. You might have seen that those softwares do give you a prompt that, hey, there is a new virus database, correct? So you just click on update and they will, it will automatically download all those new virus databases. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, yes.
Right?
Yes.
So the point is, it's like, how does your software know? How does your software know that there is a new database? Because when you install that antivirus software, it is constantly checking with its database server, right? There is some internal traffic going on. It is checking. And as soon as the server responds that, hey, I have a new version of the database, so it will send it to all the clients who is using that specific software. So it will send the new databases that will contain the new virus, malware, grayware signatures, right? So that is what the case here is as well. Now let me show you a quick example. Like for example, here if you see for web filtering, okay, let's take the web filtering. Okay, so see here, there has been 66 million URLs that has been blocked by the FortiGuard Labs itself. So FortiGuard itself has helped the entire globe to block 66 million of bad URLs. Okay, that can be malicious, phishing, spams, and all. Okay, so that kinds of thing. And if you see here, focus this part. 6 minutes ago, while we all were talking, just 6 minutes ago, FortiGuard released a new web database. Okay, this is the database 26.6.60950. This is the version. Okay, now as soon as it has been released, so every devices that is deployed throughout the globe, they would have got it. They would have synced up. Okay, they will like get this database. So they do not have to worry. Okay, once you have deployed the license FortiGate firewall, it will automatically sync up. Okay, so whatever the database new addition of the URLs that has been, let's for example, tell me any URL. Okay, tell me any URL that you want me to search. Tell me.
Guns.com.
GUNS?
Yes.
Guns.com. Category?
Yeah, weapon.
So see, it is, and see what it is saying, that this website was added on 26th Jan 2011. Okay. Okay. So that is 11 years back, almost 12 years. So since 12 years, FortiGuard Lab is aware of this website. Okay. So it will make, okay, so groups and all. And if you think that, hey, this is a wrong category, it do not falls under this, it is some sort of a gaming website. Okay, you think that, request a review. You can click on it. Anyone can request a review. And once you do, the request will be sent to the PSIRT team and they will review that website. And if in case your claim is true, they will modify the category of that specific website. Okay, so it's a mutual learning. Okay, but yes, the FortiGuard Labs is very accurate. Okay, and like I mentioned, this is what actually has made the firewall what it is nowadays, top ranked, just because of FortiGuard Labs. And while we progress through the course, you will know how important the FortiGuard Labs is. So now coming back to our initial understanding of the FortiOS architecture. So the point is, for an example, whenever you have a packet, okay, whenever there is an incoming packet, okay, now your packet which is received onto the FortiGate firewall, that will be, these are UTM features, okay. So your UTM feature is always syncing with the FortiGuard servers, that hey, is this packet that I have received, does it contain any viruses? Is it some sort of an attack? What kind of
Excuse me, sir. I have one question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have doubt. सर क्या ये जो हमारा FortiGuard के सर्वर है, हमारे जो भी डिवाइस हैं इंटरनली जो डिप्लॉयमेंट रहते हैं हमारे इंडस्ट्री के अंदर, तो ये हमारे क्या ये FortiGuard सर्वर से सिंक होते रहते हैं?
I'm sorry, can you come again?
Yeah, I am just saying that if our device, Fortinet device is deployed under our organization, our internal traffics are synced with FortiGuard.
Internal traffic as in what? Your actual production traffic?
Yes, yes.
No. It's not about your production traffic, okay? It's about firewall will seek some information. Let's say, for an example, you're trying to access youtube.com, okay? So firewall will ask the FortiGuard that, hey, I have got a packet of youtube.com. Tell me, youtube.com is a good or bad website? youtube.com is associated with a so-and-so IP as per my DNS resolution. Is that IP rating good or bad? Okay, so those kinds of information, it will seek with the FortiGuard. Okay, if in case it sees that, hey, I see a certain traffic and I suspect that it may be some sort of a bad traffic, okay, so I want to check it. So of course your firewall has an already pre-existing databases of viruses, like attacks and everything, so it will try to match up to that. Okay, if it's a match, it knows what kind of virus, malware or attack it is. But let's say it is not a match, then what? But still the firewall is thinking that no, I am not getting the exact match based upon whatever the database that I have, but I still suspect there is something going wrong here. Okay, so who he will check to? FortiGuard. Okay, so FortiGuard is much more than that. So FortiGuard responsibility is not only to just ensure that each and every device is having the latest databases, okay, but it also ensures that if in case the device is if a device has any iota of doubt, FortiGuard is there to help him out to make a decision whether this is a good traffic or a bad traffic. Okay, so like I mentioned, as we progress through the course, when I will start the UTM features topic, okay, so there I will tell you how the FortiGuard will play the major role into that.
So what is UTM feature means?
When I say UTM, that is Unified Threat Management. That is nothing but AV, web filter, application control, DNS filter, file filter, video filter, IPS. These are just the, it's
Okay.
like you just club all these things and it's called UTM, Unified Threat Management. How do you manage the threats?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that is what it is. Okay, so fine. So let us, so I think your concern is addressed now. So let's proceed.
Yeah,
You can.
Okay, fine.
I understand.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, understand. Thank you.
Okay. So see here, so what happens is whenever your packet is there, okay, so let's say the firewall received one packet, okay, so there is an incoming packet here, okay, and the firewall will receive it, the firewall will check with reference to AVs, web filter, and also your UTM features will sync up with the FortiGuard, as well as since these features is also running on where? FortiOS. What is FortiOS? It's the operating system that is executed on your device, just like your Windows. You have a laptop, right? You may be using a laptop of Dell, maybe of Lenovo or any company, right? HP or Acer, whatever the brand that you are using it. But on those devices, you are running any operating system, right? Maybe Linux, maybe Windows, whatever the platform it is, Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 11, right? Those are the OS. Similar to that, here also in the FortiGate firewall, whatever the device that you have. So on that device, you have to install the operating system. That operating system is FortiOS. Okay, so that operating system starts from 4.0 series till currently it is 7.2. Okay, till 6.0, it has been out of service. You should not be using it. 6.2 is also going to be out of service soon. Okay, they will be announcing that 6.2 is also going to be out of service. Mostly 6.4, 7.0 and 7.2. These three are the recommended versions that you should be using. Okay, now each and every model may or may not support. Okay, so that is something which we will see when we will discuss about upgrade and downgrade processes and all. Okay, so there I will tell you, but just for now, know that all these features are part of the FortiOS. Okay, so operating system, of course, just think in this way. If you have to install the antivirus onto your laptop, first of all, you have to install the operating system. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Once you install the operating system, your operating system itself has inbuilt Windows firewall, correct? It has certain inbuilt softwares which is already running on which is already running on the Windows OS. Yes or no?
Yes.
Similar
Yes.
to that, here also, okay, when you install the FortiOS has inbuilt these UTM features. Okay, these are inbuilt to it. So that's why I have, as per the architecture, I'm saying that the UTM features, that AVs, WF, application control, or whatsoever the UTM features is, they sync up with the FortiGuard as well they use the platform FortiOS to execute their functioning. So antivirus has to operate. So it will operate based upon the FortiOS platform. Okay, that is what I said. Now, when you install an operating system, of course, the operating system is dependent upon SPU. SPU is nothing but you can just think is as if it is a CPU. Okay. Now, for an example, okay, I'm again coming back to the same laptop example. When you try to install the Windows OS, right? Your laptop should have CPU, RAM, yes or no? RAM and CPU is must. If your
Yes,
laptop do not has that, can you install a FortiOS? No, right? So actually, when you try to install the operating system image, it is actually using your hardware, CPU resource and memory. Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct? The same pattern here as well. Okay. So your FortiOS is also, whenever you deploy that, your FortiOS is also using the CPU component of your devices. Okay. That's the hardware pattern. Okay. Now, since all these services are running on the FortiOS and FortiOS is using CPU, hence these will also utilize the CPU. Yes or no? Yes or no? In your task manager, let me give you an example. In your Windows, you open the task manager, right? There you see that if you have opened Words, if you have opened Chrome, if you have opened any other applications, Notepad or PPT, whatsoever the application is, you see that in task manager that all these applications are using how much CPU and how much memory. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? So anyhow, those applications are actually running on your Windows OS, correct? Since
Yes,
your
yes.
Windows OS is dependent upon the uses of CPU and RAM, that's why the applications are also resulting into the uses of CPU and RAM, correct? The same approach here as well. Okay, the same thought. Okay, we will go with the same thought. Okay, that of course here when the packet is there, the firewall is now routing, policy checkup, and everything is done here itself. Okay, here only the routing lookup and those policy lookup and whatsoever the nattings and all whatever the features is. Okay, so these all are inbuilt into the FortiOS. Okay, but yes, all these will be consuming the CPU. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
When your firewall will try to do a routing lookup or a like policy lookup, or for that matter, any action that your firewall will try to do, it will use a certain amount of CPU and memory. Yes.
Yes.
Or no?
Yeah.
So that is what the approach here is. Okay. Now, so this is the basic like architecture of how the firewall will look like. Okay. Now, see this model. Okay. Now let's say for an example, I say that, hey, if a packet has been received and when it is sent out, okay, when the packet has been received and has been sent out, and here the packet will do what? It will try to, let's say I have received a packet, so I will do the routing lookup. I will see that, okay, fine, what is the destination? So, okay, this is the destination. So based upon that, I will do the routing lookup. Then I will see, okay, fine, the outgoing interface is so and so. Okay, fine. Do I have a policy? Yes, I have a policy. Okay. So as per the policy, what is the action? Is it allow or deny? So it's an allow. Okay, fine. So then I will check what? Okay, fine. Is there any security actions there? Yes, there is web filter. Okay, fine. So as per web filter, is it allowed or dropped? Let's say allow. Okay. Do I have any other security features? Yes, I have application control. Okay. So as per that UTM feature, is it allow or drop? Is it allowed? Okay. So do I have any other security features? Yes, I have IPS. Okay. So as per IPS, is this traffic good or bad? It's good. Okay, fine. So do I have any other? Yes, I have AV as well. So as per antivirus, is it good or bad? Let's say it's good. Okay, fine. So everything is fine. Everyone is happy. Yeah. Okay. So let's send the packet out, right? Now just think. In order to process a single packet, to send it out, you did how many actions on an average? Routing lookup, policy lookup, you checked AV, you checked WF, you checked application control, you checked IPS, and maybe you are doing a natting and all, maybe you are doing traffic optimization, okay, whatever you are doing. Now, a packet has to go through all these, correct? And then it will be sent out. That means, just tell me one thing, if a firewall is going to take all these actions, so there is an incoming packet and the packet has been sent out and there is a router. Now a router is going to do what? A routing lookup and policy lookup, correct? And one more natting, correct? Now if a router is receiving an incoming packet and when it sends out, now tell me who will send out quickly? Who will process the packet quickly?
Router.
Because let's say for an example, if router takes 1 second, for that matter, I'm just giving 1 second is also a very huge time. They actually process it within milli of seconds. But just for sake of argument, okay, we'll take that router is taking 1 second. So that means firewall will take, let's say I have built up a very, very good firewall, okay? So it is 2 seconds, one example, okay? Yes or no?
So firewall having own antivirus or checked some host install antivirus?
No. It has its own antivirus, okay?
Yes,
It
yes.
has its own antivirus, okay? So nothing to worry on to that part, okay? So I'm yet not onto the UTM part, okay? I'm still on the basics. So I'm like trying to give you a structure of the architecture of the firewall, okay? So tell me one thing here. If the router is taking 1 second to process your traffic, and if the firewall is taking 2 seconds to process your traffic, would you use a firewall device which will add slowness into your network?
Yes.
Will you?
If security is major concern, then definitely I will go for firewall.
Okay, fine. So let's say, for example, you are, okay, so that is true. But one more thing. Let's say you are a company who deals in stocks. Now, would you say me the same thing?
Sorry, who deals here?
Sorry, please come.
You are a stock trading company.
Stock. Okay.
So once you use my device, hey, there's some, please be on mute. There is someone is watching. Please be on mute. Thank you. Okay, so see here, you are a company who is trading in a stock. If you use my firewall, I will add a delay of 1 second. Now, are you happy with that?
No.
Definitely not. Yeah.
Because a 1 second delay is a major loss if you are a finance related institution, right? Because you have to get a real time as quick as the trades, right? To sell, buy and all. 1 second loss of business. I will throw this firewall out. Throw this firewall out. Security is the next concern. First of all, I am losing my businesses. Okay. I'm happy with the router. And I'm happy with a less secure device who is able to give me a quicker access to the network rather than I'm having a much more secure device who is actually adding latencies or slowness into my network. Because my business is a real time, okay? I cannot afford 1 second. So now the question is how I can improve this. One thing is sure, since it's a firewall, so I cannot compromise on security aspect. Because if I do so, then there is no difference between me and a router. My job is not only to forward the packet out. I also have to secure it at the same time. How will I do that? That's why the architecture, what we saw here, this type of model is called triple P model, parallel packet processing. Okay, triple P stands for parallel packet processing. This is the same approach that has also been used by your Palo Alto. Okay, so if someone is with the Palo Alto, you might also hear this term. Okay, that they also use triple P approach. Now, let's focus on the FortiGate firewall. Now, how does what is a triple P approach? Now, see what the firewall says it that hey, instead that my packet will be checked with reference to routing lookup, policy lookup, AV, and this and this and this. What I will do is I will create multiple copies, multiple duplicate copies of packets. Okay, and one packet will be sent for this. The other packet will be sent for some other activity. The third duplicate packet will be sent for to other one. Now, everyone can take action at the same time and they all can give a verdict. Yes or no? At the same time? Just think in this way. You have AV, WF, application control. So if I send one copy each, so they can give me a verdict now that yes, block, yes. At the same time, I've got an output, correct?
Yeah.
So yes, I can block this finally, or I can allow it. If everyone is saying allow, then I will allow it, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
That's called parallel packet processing. So I will not add any extra latency. Instead, I will do it as quick as possible. Now, your traffic is secured as well as no slowness is added at the same time. Now, will you buy my device? Of course, you will.
Yeah.
Right? So that's triple P approach. Now, can anyone tell me what is the challenge in this triple P approach? I told you.
Resource.
Sorry?
CPU and RAM resources. Maybe.
CPU and
RAM.
CPU and RAM is consuming more time.
Yeah.
Correct. Say, in order to reduce the processing time, you duplicated the packet. Okay, but duplicacy of the packet cannot or should not lead to overload onto your CPU. Why? Because see, for an example, let's say for an example, you are receiving 1,000 packets. Okay, this is 1,000 unique packets, unique first packets. Now, if you create, let's say for example, the firewall is creating 5 duplicate packets, for example, okay? That means the CPU, instead of handling 1000 packets, it ends up handling 5000 packets. Correct?
Yeah.
If you increase the number by 1 lakh, it will end up handling 5 lakh packets.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
So to reduce the processing time, you actually ended up increasing the overload on your CPU. Correct? And that is a tricky one, because if CPU is overloaded beyond the hardware capacity, it may lead to complete outage. Forget about addition of a slowness. There can be and there will be a possible outage. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So how does this approach helps me to achieve both? So that is where the CPU comes into a picture. Now here when you say CPU, actually your CPU is divided in, it's actually two types of CPU, okay? One is hardware based CPU, okay? And one is, you can say software or like inbuilt CPU, okay? Inbuilt kind of a CPU. Okay, now I will term that as NP or CP. NP stands for network processor. CP stands for content processor. And hardware CPU is nothing but also referred as ASIC, or you might be, since you are learning FortiGate firewall, so you may see NPU. Okay, network processor unit. Now, each CPU has a role to play here. Now, please note, these two CPUs are the actual CPUs who will be dealing with your first packet. Okay, when I say first packet, what do you mean by first packet? The first packet means, let's say for example, you have accessed google.com. So when you access any website, there will be the first packet, right? That is SYN packet. Yes or no?
Yes.
So always your first packet is being processed by your CPU, that is internal CPU. Clear? You can call these two things as CPU as well, not an issue. Clear?
Yes.
So your internal CPU will handle the first packet only, whereas all the other packets will be handled by your hardware CPU.
Hardware CPU.
So why this is done? This is done in order to ensure that no matter what happens, your CPU will never ever be overutilized unless you are hitting some sort of a bug or your process has been stopped. That's a different case altogether. But when it comes to processing the packet, ideally it says, hey, my CPU will only handle the first packet. You may send me 1000 packets. That is not a concern. I will handle the first packet. Rest all packets for that specific session will be handled by the hardware CPU, that is ASIC. Now, for example, YouTube, you have opened a YouTube web page. Now, do you really think that YouTube will stop after three-way handshake and SSL handshake and done? There will be thousands of packets, right? Till the moment you are watching a video. Yes or no?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So is it the case that all those thousands of packets for that single video streaming is handled by your CPU? No. The CPU has much more important job to do. So what your CPU is doing? The internal CPU is saying that, hey, I will process the YouTube first packet. I will form the sessions. I will tell you exactly what I have checked and what is the output with reference to that and how this packet has to be processed if in case I receive and reply. And all those records will be handed over to hardware CPU. And the hardware CPU will then take it further. Okay, so hardware CPU will say, okay, fine. Thank you for letting me know what to do with these packets. Now I will do as per your instruction. Now the CPU will now take care of the next session. Okay, this is how the workload is balanced. Clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now, so this is with reference to an internal, it's like just an architecture functioning and all. Okay, now, with reference to NSE 4 and 7 point of view, till now, I have not seen any question that is focused upon this. No one's going to ask you the FortiOS architecture. Okay, no one is going to ask you what is the model and how does it process the packet. No one is going to ask you that. Okay, but they expect you to understand or to have a basic understanding of how the FortiOS architecture is designed. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
coming to my initial main question. What is my firewall doing when it is receiving a packet? Now, let me tell you one thing. This is very, very important. Okay. Why? Because if you know this and throughout the course, throughout this class, okay, throughout till the last day, I will be using the same approach. If you know this, you can configure any concept. You can troubleshoot anything on the firewall. If you know this, what is your firewall doing? So have a focus onto it. I will repeat it 100 times if you want me to, but I want everyone to have a crystal clear thought onto this. It should be on your fingertips. What does the firewall do? And it's very easy, okay? It's not something tricky to remember. Now see, what does your firewall do? Now, during the time that it entered and it left, during this time, what did the firewall do? That is referred as LOP. That is nothing but life of packet. Clear? I will call this as life of
Okay.
Okay, I'm seeing some issues here. Okay, let me go in this life of packet. Okay, life of packet means when your firewall received the traffic, when it decided to send it out, what it did in between of that. Okay, what it did. Life of packet. Now let's see. When a packet is received on the interface, okay, I will mention the incoming interface, right? I'll mention the important matters, okay? So see here, you sent a packet, okay? It is received on the incoming interface, okay? It is received on an incoming interface. Now what it will do, the first thing that your firewall does is integrity check. It's a firewall, okay? The first thing what it does is integrity check. Now what is integrity check? See, what is integrity check? Integrity check says, okay, I have received a packet, right? Now see, if someone says that, okay, hey, this is an ICMP packet, okay, so how does an ICMP packet should look like? Does ICMP packet contains layer 4 information? Pin drop silence. Tell me yes, no, something, man. What to worry, right?
ICMP layer 4, yes.
Does ICMP contains layer 4 header?
Not sure. Layer 3. Sure.
It's not.
It's a layer 2 and layer 3. So MAC address and
IP. Yeah.
Here. This is an ICMP packet.
Yes.
See here, ICMP header, IP header, layer 2 header, layer 1 header. Do you see any layer 4?
No. No.
This is why we say ICMP is a layer 3 protocol.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
It is not a layer 4 protocol. Unlike, if for example, if I show you like HTTPS cloud,
Layer 7.
Now see here. See here. TLS, okay, SSL. TCP, layer 4, layer 3, layer 2, layer 1. That's why we say that HTTPS is a layer 7 protocol which uses TCP at the layer 4, right? HTTPS uses TCP at layer 4. Although HTTPS is what?
Layer 7.
Layer 7 protocol. Okay?
Yeah.
Clear?
Yes.
So my question is, I told you that when the firewall will receive any packet, okay, and this is with reference to one more thing, life of packet is with reference to first packet, okay. Whenever I will receive the first packet that is unique, I do not have any sessions for that, okay. That's the first packet that I've received and there is no existing information with me, okay. So I am now trying to process that packet. When I try to do that, first of all, the firewall will do integrity check. So what it will say, hey, what kind of packet you are? It will say, hey, I am an ICMP packet. Okay, fine. So he will open all these headers. Okay, everything he will open. And he will check the entire field, the entire content of this packet. And it should be exactly as per the RFC definition of each and every protocol. I believe everyone here is familiar with the word RFC. Do you know? Is there someone who do not know what is RFC?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Clear? So RFC is nothing but an it's like kind of an what you can say
Standard.
yeah, just like Bible, okay? Bible for the networks. You have to follow that, what it is written into it. So like protocol behavior is being documented into it. How does a protocol behave? What are the fields and what are the contents? What kind of value that it will contain, right? So it should be containing exactly what it is. Because why? Because say, for example, I am an hacker, okay, or I am someone who is an attacker, okay. So what I can do is I can fabricate your packet. I can increase the size of your packet, right? I may add some junk data values into the packet. I will like fabricate a packet and I will send it to you. Now your firewall, my intention is to make sure that your buffer is full, okay? We end up doing that, right? So before the firewall will start processing the packet, the firewall will check whether this packet is actually in the correct format or not. The contents into the packet is absolutely as per the desired RFC parameters or not. Clear? That is called integrity check. Clear?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
once it is confirmed that, hey, the packet is good, fine. Then what it will do after the integrity check? It will then try to decrypt the packet. Okay, fine. Okay, leave that decryption part. I will come to that later on. Okay, so what it will do is, if in case you have an ACL that has been defined in order to drop it, it will check with reference to an ACL. Mostly you will not be having, or if in case you have quarantined something, then it will take an effect. If you have not quarantined anything, it will not take an effect. Okay. Now, after the integrity check, it will perform the ACL if in case you have it. Okay. And then what it will do is, any guesses what it will do? Captive portal. Okay. Now this says optional. If you have configured captive portal, the firewall will perform this action. If you have not configured captive portal on the incoming interface, it will not perform the captive portal action. Now, what is captive portal that I'm talking about? It's like, anyhow, I will show you the entire configuration and I will show you the lab. Okay. But just to give you a fair thought, what it is, you might all have seen that. You might have walked it into some airport lounges or like a airport, or maybe in some cafe, or maybe you have checked in into some hotels and all, and you might have seen that they have a free Wi-Fi. Have you come across such a free Wi-Fi public places?
Yes.
So there, when you like see that free Wi-Fi, you turn on your Wi-Fi on your phone or on your laptop, and when you try to connect it, and when you try to open any website, what they do, they ask you about that, hey, enter your phone number and so, some sort of an information. Yes or
Yes.
no?
Yes.
Correct? That is nothing but captive portal. Okay? Clear?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
So we will see that how we will be using it, when we will be using it, how to do the configuration. We'll see to that, but just to give a fair sense of an idea. Okay, so that is something which, if in case you have configured, then only the firewall will check to this. If you have not configured, the firewall will not check to this. Okay, now let's say the captive portal is success, or maybe you have not used the captive portal, so it will bypass that step. Okay, now it will do DNAT, destination NAT. So it will, if in case you have configured a destination NAT, then it will translate the destination IP to the NATed IP as per whatever the DNAT configuration that you have done. Once the DNAT is done, then only, and if in case you have not done any DNAT configuration, it will not do DNAT action. Okay. Now, let's say there is no DNAT, or there is a DNAT, so it has done the DNAT action. Okay. Now, after that, it will do route lookup. Okay. And RPF check. Okay. RPF means reverse path forward check. Okay. Now I will tell you what it is. So it will perform route lookup and RPF check. Route lookup for what? For destination IP. Now let me tell the difference. Okay. Now see here. Let's say I'm sending from the source 192.168.1.10. This is my source, and my destination is 8.8.8.8. For example, I'm sending some traffic to the 8.8.8. Okay. So when the routing lookup is done for destination, this is called forward lookup. Okay. Or forward routing lookup. Clear? Clear?
Yes.
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 But when the routing lookup is done for the source IP, that is called reverse routing lookup. Now, why the routing lookup for the source is said as reverse routing lookup? It's very easy. Now see, let's say for example, you are sending a packet which says that source is 192.10 and destination is 8.8. For example, if you are sending this packet out, when you will get a reply, you will get like this, right? That the source is 8.8 and destination is 192.10, correct? Just a reverse of that.
Yes.
Yes.
That means when this packet is, when the reply packet is received, you will do the routing lookup for this destination. This is nothing but your actual source.
Yes.
Correct? So this is why whenever you do a routing lookup for the source, it is called reverse routing lookup. That means reverse packet, reply packet, right? You are sending a forward packet and you are getting a reply. Correct? That's why whenever the routing lookup for the source is done, that is called reverse lookup. Okay. And whenever the routing lookup for destination is done, that is called forward routing lookup. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I said that your firewall, once it is done with the DNAT, or if in case there is a DNAT configuration, it will do a DNAT. If there is no DNAT configuration, it will simply skip that step. Okay. Now, then it will perform routing lookup as well as it will do an RPF check. So if there is a route for the existing destination and the RPF check is passed, then only it will move to the next step. Now, why it is doing an RPF check here? Why it is doing a reverse path check? Why it can wait, right? Once I have received a reply, then I will do a routing lookup for the destination, right? So it's the same thing, correct? Yes or no? What I'm saying is, what's the need of doing that reverse routing lookup? You wait for the reply packet, nah? Then you can do the routing lookup for this destination. Why you are checking this in the first place here only? Correct?
Yeah.
I can wait for the reply, but say this is a firewall and that too an intelligent one. So it is not going to take a risk. Okay. And
Hello, please, please come again. One more time.
you want me to tell you the question that I'm asking?
No, previous this part route.
So sir, after
reverse-
that, this is intelligent device. After that, voice was breaking.
Okay. So I'm saying that this firewall is an intelligent device. Okay. So it will not wait for the reply packet to do the routing lookup for this 192.10. It will do it here only. Now the question is why it will do that. Okay. What's the advantage of doing the reverse lookup? See, the advantage is, let me tell you an example. Okay. Let's say I have ordered a pizza. Okay. I have ordered a pizza. Now that pizza guy came and he just called me that, hey, Rohan, I've got your pizza and like, you just came and like take your delivery. Right. So I told him, okay, fine. Where are you? He said that, okay, I'm standing at gate number 1. Okay. So I told him, okay, fine. I will be coming on the gate number 1. I'm just on my way. Okay. So just like wait for me on the gate number 1 and I will come and like receive it. Fine. So he's waiting for me. In meanwhile, someone from gate number 2, okay, maybe he has also ordered the pizza or I'm not sure, but someone from gate number 2, he just saw that the person is standing with the pizza and he just came and, hey, are you from Domino's? He said, yes, yeah. So I think that's my like parcel. My name is Rohan. Can you please check? He will say, yes, yeah, I have a parcel of Rohan. That's the pizza. Okay. So what do you think? Will that Domino's guy will give him the parcel? His name is also Rohan.
Yeah, obviously.
Why he will give that? He just talked to me, right? What I told him that I will come on gate number 1. So he will confirm, right? That okay, what you have ordered, or maybe he will like call me that am I the same person? Because I just told him that I will be coming on gate number 1, correct?
Yeah. Okay.
So why he will give that parcel to someone who is coming from gate number 2 and claiming he is a Rohan? Maybe he is Rohan. Maybe he is Rohan. I somehow ended up living from gate number 2. But the point is, even though I'm the right person, there is a suspicion of doubt. Yes or no?
You will authenticate first. Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Authenticate first, then
Correct.
he will deliver.
Yes. After all, it's a matter of pizza, okay? So nothing to be taken lightly, man. Okay, so he has to confirm it. Now, that is where the suspicion also arises in terms of Fortinet Firewall. The Fortinet Firewall will say, let's say, for example, he has received a packet, okay? So he will say, okay, I have a routing entry. Okay, so he has a routing table, for example. So he says 0.0.0.0.0, that's the default route, okay? Best default route. He's saying via port 2. And there is one more route which says 192.168.1.0/24, okay, is via port 1. Clear? Clear? Now, see, for an example, what happens is you have a firewall, FortiGate firewall. You have 3 interfaces, port 1, port 2, port 3. Clear? Now, there is an incoming packet here, which is saying that, hey, this packet is from source 192.168.1.0. 10, I'm just writing the shortest form, okay? It's like 192.168.1.10, okay? So I'm just writing the shortest form here. And destination is 8.8. So when this packet is received on the FortiGate firewall will check, do the routing lookup for the destination, yes or no? So as per this, it will say, okay, fine. This 8.8 is matching with default route, hence port number 2. So outgoing interface is port number 2. But at the same time, it will also check that, okay, what is the routing lookup for this, correct? So when it will do this, what it will see? It is matching with port number 1.
Yes.
So that means the firewall say, okay, fine. So that means 192. I'm sorry. Was there a question or I missed something?
Talking with someone, I think.
2-3 people's microphone is unmuted, so that's why.
Okay. Hey, see if there is no question, please be on mute. Okay. Okay, fine. So what will happen here is the firewall will do the routing lookup of 192.10, that is the source, and it will say, okay, fine, this network or this IP is reachable via port 1. Now the firewall has a doubt. Wait. So you are saying that this system or server, whosoever this person is, this is behind port number 1, right? So how come I am receiving this packet on port number 3? That's a legitimate question. As per the routing entry, whatever you have configured, you told the firewall now that 1.0/24 network is reachable via port number 1, correct? So if this is true, how come I am getting the packet on the port number 3? So there can be 2